Most of you are probably more familiar with BYD's all-electric vehicle as they've been putting a lot of effort into exporting their EVs worldwide. But the plug-in hybrid are what made the brand successful in the first place. In 2023, 55% of the 2.8 million plug-in hybrid vehicles sold in China were from BYD, which sold a total of 3 million units, meaning nearly half of their sales came from PHEVs.
Interestingly, BYD has exported far fewer PHEVs than its BEV, and honestly I don't know why. But I do know you must be very curious just how advanced their hybrid technology is. So today, here we are, we're gonna take their latest PHEV out for a drive and see how great it can be. I'm Harris, you're watching my EV.
This is the Seal 07 DMI, a mid-sized PHEV saloon which is just a little bit bigger than the Toyota Camry. Similarly to the Japanese saloon, it has two types of engines, a 1.5-liter with 101 horsepower and 126 Nm of torque, and a 1.5-liter turbocharged one, of course both with motors. And they claim that the fuel consumption when the battery is low is only 3.4 liters per 100 kilometers. Speaking of the batteries, it also offers two types, a 10 kWh or a 17.6 kWh battery for 70 km or 120 km of CLTC range.
But today we're not here to talk about the car, we mainly focus on the hybrid system. So here's what we're gonna do. We've already squeezed the battery down to its preset SoC, and now we're gonna fill up the fuel tank, seal the filler cap with tape, some standard procedure I guess, then drive about 100 km with my less for down mode, which means regular pace for normal people, and to see how it really goes in the real world. Here we go.
Now that we are on the road, let me tell you about the 5th generation DMI powertrain. The name stands for Dual Motor Intelligence. The system is designed to optimize power distribution and energy usage. Since the 3rd gen, it has been using the simplest architecture of P1 plus P3, which is similar to the Honda iMMD. The 5th generation of DM has been improved on overall efficiency. It has their own integrated electronic control system with faster communication and improved efficiency, and a blade battery with improved safety and longer range. And they've done a very good job on the engine too, which has a thermal efficiency of 46.06%, the highest among mass-produced vehicles, so the max range can reach over 2,000 kilometers. But actually, the main reason it can have this much range is because of a 70-liter fuel tank. In comparison, the most hybrid cars only have 40 to 50-liter tanks like the Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. BYD said that the 6th generation will be using a new architecture with dual planetary gear power split system similar to the THS from Toyota, so the overall performance can be improved more in the near future.
Some may argue that depending on a bigger fuel tank for range in the EV is just some kind of cheat. But I think this approach seems to be the best way of balancing range, weight, and cost, because you don't have to carry a big, heavy, expensive battery. And I think for most of us, bigger fuel tank is always better.
As for the driving experience, the one I'm driving has a 1.5-liter engine. It can do 0 to 100 in 8 seconds. Although not that fast or sharp, the acceleration is smooth. Even when the battery is low, the power drop is minimal. And if you want more power, the turbocharged 1.5-liter one can make the 0 to 100 time 6.9 seconds. Overall, the handling feels like a Camry too, and it's obviously better than previous models. The body can keep stable in corners and get a hefty feel over crest. I think the reason is that they've changed the E-shaped multi-link suspension to a 5-link one, adding more stability to the rear axle. Plus, the top-tier model comes with FSD. No, not for self-driving, it stands for Frequency Selective Damping, an adaptive system that mechanically adjusts damping, which can improve the ride a bit more.
Frankly, I usually don't think highly of BYD's performance on dynamics, except for the Seal. However, this Seal 07 DMI, while may not be as good as the Seal, still managed to impress me in a very positive way.
Back to the test. The total distance covered was 107 kilometers, including highways, city streets, and some traffic jam in between. And we ran the test with the conditions being quite challenging. 35 degrees Celsius outside, 4 men on board with luggage, and AC set to 24 degrees Celsius. The only contributing factor is 2.9 tire pressure on all 4 tires. But the result is truly unexpected. The fuel consumption was a fantastic 2.77 liter per 100 kilometers, equals 85 mpg. To break it down, because we can't be driving with completely empty battery, and the fact that BYD told us to use the AI-powered energy management, the battery dropped from 22% to 70%. Assuming 120 km electric-only CLTC range with 80% achievement rate, it used about 5 km of the battery's power over the 107 km journey. After adjusting for the fuel consumption with this calculation, the final result is 2.9 liters. Still pretty astonishing.
To be honest, this was also my first time to run the fuel consumption test of BYD PHEV in real world, and it was truly impressive. I just can't think of any other saloon with this size that can achieve this economy without being sluggish. However, efficiency isn't the only selling point of BYD PHEV. This one, for example, still got plenty more in its pocket.
For example, the price. For an affordable family car with this size, power and efficiency, the 19 grand to 27 grand price tag is super low. And it's not over. It has many features the legacy auto can't provide. For example, NFC keyless entry, big center display, 360 camera, wireless charging, 30 airbags, HUD, D-Link 100 smart cockpit, and D-Pilot driver assistance, which can even switch lane with only one push of the lever. While the interior is not made of premium leather and you can feel it, it's all softly wrapped and the overall aesthetic is nice, especially for a car in this price range. And the space inside is adequate. There's ample room for both passengers. Although the rear headroom is a bit tight for me, it's still a comfy place to sit in.
With this combination in hand, BYD not only made its way to dominate the sales, but also sort of redefined the price range of mainstream saloon in the Chinese market. Because you see, Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, Volkswagen Passat are all hitting the lowest price point ever, all because of this car and its siblings.
BYD's success basically comes down to one idea, building an all-arounder, which is similar to what Toyota did years ago. However, BYD has taken this concept to the next level. While Toyota became known for creating reliable, efficient, and versatile cars that appeal to a wide range of consumers, BYD has refined and brought it into new energy vehicles. By combining advanced hybrid and electric powertrains with competitive pricing and more features, BYD has managed to push the boundary of what an affordable mainstream vehicle can offer.